Contenders. I'm your host, Peg Young. The information highway, that's what we call the internet, and that is where we find a vast, growing pool of information. They say that in the midst of flood, it's hard to get a glass of water to drink. And in this growing pool of information, it's hard sometimes to judge what kind of information is valuable. We hope that the information that we give you on the Contenders is both informative and pertinent. Let's welcome today's Contenders onto our stage. Welcome to our stage. We have the Gsis team, Sherman Taylor and Peter Brand. Welcome, and Gsis is the name of your school.
That's correct. That's Yonsei Graduate School of International Studies.
Where you study?
We're both studying international relations.
Where do you want to go with that?
I'm hoping to work for the Korean government after graduation.
And you?
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll work for the government.
Well, future government employees, hopefully you'll make a better place for all of us. Gsis, good luck to you today. Going against the Gsis team, we have the IIS team, Andrea Thoams and Sophie Bond. IIS is?
Indian Head International School.
And welcome to you from the Indian Head International School, which is in Seoul.
Yep.
Yes. IIS and Gsis teams, good luck to you today. Let's get on with our game. In our first section, we'll begin with 10 multiple-choice questions. If you get all 10 of them correct, we'll give you 50 bonus points. You can use chance once. We'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices and give you a 50-50 chance of getting it correct. Gsis, you get to choose first, Q, U, I, or Z sets.
We'll take Z.
All right, we will go with question set Z, number 1. Of the following, which one is different from the others? 1. Pentagon. 2. Cheongwade. 3. Kremlin. 4. Buckingham Palace.
Palaces. Pentagon.
If you're not sure, you can use chance.
Go for chance. Chance.
All right, we'll take chance and take away 2 of the incorrect choices. And?
1. Pentagon.
Yes. And, well, Pentagon is not where the head lives, so we'll go with that. Question number 2. Of the following, which game console from Sony has reached its 100 millionth shipment last month? 1. PlayStation. 2. Xbox. 3. GameCube. 4. Game Boy.
It's not PlayStation. It's not Game Boy. So which one do you think it's on? No, PlayStation. It's Nintendo. Okay,
1. PlayStation.
Good guess. Going to question 3. Of the following, in which sport did the Calgary Flames and Tampa Bay Lightning compete for the Stanley Cup? 1. Baseball. 2. Cricket. 3. Ice hockey. 4. Polo.
3. Hockey.
Are you a big fan of ice hockey?
Yes, I am.
Which team?
The Toronto Maple Leafs. Actually, we were thinking about maybe naming our team the Leafs, but sure.
I'm a Red Wings fan, so that wouldn't happen.
All right. Well, I'm glad you went with Gsis, which stands for both of you. You're both comfortable with that. Right. Moving on to question 4. Of the following, which word or words should fit in the blank of the following proverb? 1. Blank is the best teacher. 1. Thinking. 2. Information. 3. Experience. 4. Your mom.
3. Experience.
Would you agree with the proverb?
I definitely agree with that.
You didn't go for your mom?
I didn't go with my mom.
All right, going to question 5. Of the following, Tiger Woods, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Henry Kissinger are shareholders of which company? 1. Yahoo. 2. Microsoft. 3. Apple. 4. Google.
I think Google, because they just went public. 4. Google.
Question 6. Of the following, who is thought to have said, "Give me a place to stand, and I will move the earth"? 1. Charles Atlas. 2. Archimedes. 3. Isaac Newton. 4. Copernicus.
I don't know.
3. Isaac Newton.
It was Archimedes. Archimedes is also known for Eureka. And we end this section with you having 50 points on the board. And IIS, you now have a choice, QU or I sets, please.
Q, please.
All right, going with question set Q number 1. Of the following, which country is not in the Northern Hemisphere? 1. Canada. 2. France. 3. Korea. 4. Australia.
Is it for Australia?
Yes, it is. And you don't have to give it to me in a question form. Thanks. Question 2. Of the following, which one is not dug out of the ground? 1. Potato. 2. Coconut. 3. Onion. 4. Peanut.
2. Coconut?
Coconuts grow on trees. Question 3. Of the following, which god is related to June? 1. Janus. 2. Julius. 3. Jupiter. 4. Juno.
Do you have any idea?
No.
Not that
If
one.
you're not sure, you can use guess. Chance.
Chance, please.
All right. We'll make things easier on you. And now, your final selection, please.
4. Juno?
Yes, Janus. The name of Janus went into the use of January, right? Question 4. Of the following, "Let down your golden hair" is a famous line from which fairy tale? 1. Rumpelstiltskin. 2. The Goose Girl. 3. Rapunzel. 4. Hansel and Gretel.
3. Rapunzel?
And if you get this correct, you will tie with your opponents. Question 5. Of the following, in homage to the movie, Rick's Cafe was opened in which city? 1. Paris. 2. Casablanca. 3. New York. 4. Cannes.
2. Casablanca?
IIS, you are now tied. You go to question 6. Of the following, which is the second largest organ in the human body? 1. Liver. 2. Brain. 3. Heart. 4. Spleen. IIS, we need your answer.
2. Brain?
Actually, it is liver, which is the second largest. The largest is skin. Yes? Well, you've tied, actually. GSIS and IIS teams, you end with 50 points on the board. And now we go to the second section of our quiz, where we see how well you work together as a team. We give you 20 words in a pre-chosen category. You are given 100 seconds to go through that list. GSIS, your turn first. And your category is in the summer.
Yes.
And what do you like to do in the summer?
Barbecues.
Can you do that here in Korea?
We had a great barbecue this last weekend down on the Han River.
Really?
Yes.
Well, are you ready?
Ready?
Go.
Okay, it's a B type of swimsuit.
Bathing suit.
No. Two-piece.
Bikini.
Okay, summer blank starts with C. People, your kids go there, out in the woods.
Camping.
Good. Okay, another word for baseball, it's the
The national pastime.
acronym.
MLB.
Okay, SD, 2 words, you do it out in the water, you have a tank on your back.
Scuba diving.
Okay, it's something you eat, starts with a W.
A wafer.
Nope, it's fruit.
A watermelon.
Good. Okay, it's a type of shoe, S.
Sandals.
Good. Okay, it's a song, you do this out in the water, S.
song in the
Okay,
water.
you do it out on a, okay, pass.
Sing song.
Okay, it's a movie, famous movie, blank, blank, oh, pass. Pass. Okay, one of the words we covered, IS. 2 words, IS, IS. Native American, blank.
Indian summer.
Good. Okay, something you wear on your head, SH.
A sun hat.
Okay, not a sun hat. Okay, pass. Okay, something on your face, red, F.
Red on my face, F.
Not on your people's face. Redhead women have these on their face.
Freckles.
Good. Okay, something that bites you, M.
Mosquito.
Good. Okay, something you wear under your arm if you stink.
Deodorant.
Good. Okay, lots of rain. This is a season. M.
A monsoon.
Good. Okay, blank, blank, ST.
I was kind of holding out so that you would begin to sing. Surfing USA was the song that we were going for. You do it on the water. And he passed also on the title of this movie, I Know What You Did Last Summer. That would have been fun to watch. Anyway, you have 160 points on the board. And now, IS, it's your turn. Your category is musical instruments, and do you play one?
Certainly not.
Do you enjoy listening to one?
Yes, I like music, yeah.
Okay, let's see if your favorites are on there, on the list. Let's go.
G, guitar. H, like angels play it, like harp. Yes. Part of a drum set, C, cymbals. H, flute. H, like a jazz blues person. Horn, harmonica. Yep. Like the sound of music, the height of the music begins with P. Also a kind of fork. Pitchfork. Yep. Pitch. F, H, a certain country's French horn. Yes. A very famous saxophonist, KG. Kenny G. A big, like, string instrument like this. Cello. Yes. A GP, very big. Grand piano. Pass. The things you play drums with. Drumsticks. A very rare type of violin. A Stradivarius. Small flute. Piccolo. A type of organ starts with Y from Japan. Yamaha. The name for the name for a group of musicians. Orchestra. A big woodwind instrument. Saxophone. The biggest wind instrument. Pass. BB, large group of musicians. Old big band. Yep. Type of music starts with J. Jazz. Electronic keyboard starts with S. Pass. The type of music for drums and strings.
You were right in being a woodwind, but it's not the biggest. We have the oboe. That is, yes. And
that was the one we studied.
And we couldn't give you drumstick
like clarinet.
Because you used drums in your hint. You end the section ahead, however, IIS team, 200 points on the board. And now we get to give you a chance to use the buzzer. Let's welcome Mr. David Huang onto our stage with the questions.
Hey, Eun-young, what's going on?
Oh, you didn't cry, did you?
No, I know. I look a little swollen today is because I had an allergic reaction yesterday to dogs.
Oh.
And I slept when my eyes were puffy. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh my gosh, my eyes are still puffy. But thank you for noticing. But anyways, though, I'm really happy today.
You feeling okay?
I feel okay, though.
Okay.
But I'm really happy today because there's a bunch of students on stage. And if you guys know, I too am a student. So my name today is not David. It is TTGST from my school. towards Trinity Graduate School of Theology. Anyways, though, welcome to our stage, and let's move on to our next section. Let me give you the rules, though, before we do. This next section is a round of non-multiple choice questions. The first team to buzz in will get the first chance to answer, but if that team gets that question wrong, that chance will be given to the other team. Now, if you both can't figure it out, we're going to help you out with the help of a spelling hint. There's 15 questions in all. You got 5 seconds to answer each one, 30 points per question. Got it? Mm-hmm. All right.
And I believe that you aren't students at the school, you're teachers?
No, we're teachers, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, duh. Okay, well, you guys are students, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay, well.
All right, so let's go on.
I changed my school. It's not TCGST. I might embarrass my school now. Anyways, though.
All right, let's go with question number 1.
Okay, question number 1, all right? It's about trees. Scientists in southern Africa are mystified by a disease which appears to be killing these trees. This tropical tree is famous for its extremely bulbous trunks and its ability to live many years in drought-hit areas. It is also an important part of the novel, The Little Prince.
GSIS.
Oh, sorry, Baobab.
And GSIS, yes, please share your answers with us after I've called out your team name. And you did a great job. You're catching up. 190 versus IIS's 200 points. Let's move on to question 2.
All right, question number 2 is about accessories. Almost half of these worn by clinicians were found to harbor bacteria that can cause disease. Being well-dressed adds an aura of professionalism and has been correlated with higher patient confidence. However, the findings called into question whether wearing this is in the best interest of patients.
GSIS.
A mask?
IIS, it is your chance to answer, and he'll finish the question.
What is this?
5 seconds, IIS team.
Is it a lab coat?
IIS.
Lab coat?
Let's take a look at the hint. GSIS.
Tie?
Yes. And let's go to question 3.
All right, question number 3 is about words. The 2004 European Cup.
GSIS.
UEFA?
IIS, it is your chance to answer, and he'll finish the question.
Starts on June 12th in Portugal. The biggest ever security operation by the Portugal police will include the surveillance of ports and airports in order to ensure any known or suspected these people do not enter the country. This is a young person who is violent or prone to committing crimes. What is this?
IIS, 5 seconds. IIS.
Hooligan?
Yes. It's a very close game. IIS, you remain in the lead, 230 points, and GSIS just 10 points behind with 220. Let's move on to our next question.
All right, question number 4 is about titles. Number 20 Northmore Road, Oxford has gone on sale for £1.5 million. This is the house where the celebrated author J.R.R. Tolkien is reported to have written his first published work. This book evolved from a collection.
GSIS.
The Hobbit?
Yes. And are you a big Tolkien fan?
Not really, but I've read them.
And you've got the lead. GSIS 250 versus IIS's 230. Let's see what happens with our next question.
Moving on to the next question, number 5. It's about countries. This country has announced it will soon allow workers to form trade unions and take strike action for the first time. Among the Arab countries of the Gulf region, only Kuwait and Bahrain currently allows workers to join trade unions. This country is situated north of Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. What is this?
The country we're looking for, let's take a look at the hint. North of IIS.
Qatar?
Yeah. And IIS, you've got the lead now, 10 points. Let's see what happens with question number 6.
Question number 6 is about animals. Trillions of these insects will blanket the landscape in a frenzy of breeding before dying in mass in June.
IIS.
Locusts?
GSIS, it is your chance to answer. GSIS.
Cicadas?
Yeah. They have the longest known adult-to-adult cycle. in the insect world, that is, and GSIS, you've got the lead again. This is going back and forth between the two teams. You've got the lead of 20 points. Let's see what happens with our next question.
Question number 7 is about business. American Express Company may face regulatory sanctions stemming from this revenue-sharing relationship that may not have been properly disclosed to clients. This is an investment company that uses members' capital to buy a diverse group of stocks from other...
GSIS.
Holding company?
IIS, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
From other companies. What is this?
IIS, 5 seconds. Why don't we take a look at the hint? IIS.
Mutual fund?
Yes. And you're leading by 10 points now, IIS team. Let's see what happens with question number 8.
Question number 8 is about person. On June 11th, 1987, this person became the first prime minister elected to 3 consecutive terms as prime minister of the United Kingdom in the 20th century.
IIS.
Margaret Thatcher?
Yes. And you're increasing your lead now, IIS. GSIS, though, this is a close game still. Let's move on to our next question.
All right, number 9 is about technology. GM Rover's first self-made limousine has the same interior measurements as the Rolls-Royce Phantom, but comes at 1/10 of the price. Its engine can run on either petrol or this fuel. It burns with little air.
GSIS.
LPG?
Yes. Liquefied petroleum gas, and it causes less pollution. GSIS, you're trailing by just 10 points now. Let's move on to our next question.
All right, question number 10 is about issue. How should tourists best enjoy these? Some people want a monorail built to take visitors around, but others think...
IIS?
Theme parks?
GSIS, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
But others think the existing boat service is adequate. These 12 islands are 1,000 kilometers from the coast of Ecuador and internationally recognized as the key center of conservation. What are these?
GSIS. GSIS?
The Galapagos Islands?
The answer in stereo. And moving on to question 11 now.
Yes, that's what teamwork's all about. Question number 11 is about sports. This person's incredible fastball and wicked slider makes it almost unhittable. On May 20th, he retired all 27 batters.
GSIS.
Randy Johnson?
Yes, and you are increasing your lead 370 versus IIS's 320. And moving on to question number 12 now.
Yes, I got more school promotion. I'm proud of Randy Johnson, especially because he went to USC, my alma mater. So anyways, though, moving on to question number 12. It's about city. An ambitious experiment in sustainable living has been started by green groups near this city. The development will protect the city's coastal dunes. It is planned to show how communities can eliminate damaging pollution and rely on renewable energy with 0 carbon emissions and almost 0 waste. What is this Portuguese capital?
IIS.
Lisbon?
Yes. And have you ever been to Lisbon?
No, I haven't.
I have.
Oh, you have? Well, you know, we give you tickets to Europe if you win 7 times in a row. So let's move on to question 13.
All right, question number 13 is about geography. The world's highest road bridge will carry vehicles across a 2.5-kilometer valley at the height of 270 meters. The highest pillar will stand at just over 340 meters tall. It is expected to open for traffic by the end of the year, completing a new motorway link between Paris and this. This is the inland sea of Europe, Asia, and Africa.
GSIS.
Adriatic?
IIS, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
What is this?
5 seconds, IIS. IIS.
Caspian?
What we're looking for is the inland sea of Europe, Asia, and Africa. Let's take a look at the hint. IIS.
Mediterranean?
Yes. Now, let's picture this, though. It's a height of 270 meters, and you're on this bridge. Can you imagine having to, I don't know, drive over this? Sounds pretty frightening.
I'm afraid of heights, so that would definitely scare me on a windy day. I don't know. I think I might just stay at home.
Moving on to question number 14 now.
Yes, question number 14, and I don't want to make you nervous, but 10 points separates you guys. It's a very close game with 2 questions left, so here we go. Question number 14 is about health. Over the last 20 years, the incidence of this cancer had increased in men from 0.86 to 1.08 per 100,000 men. More men are developing it, but most fail to spot tumors until they are at
GSIS.
Prostate?
Cancer.
IIS, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
until they are at an advanced stage, because this is usually thought of as a woman's disease. What is this?
IIS.
Breast cancer?
And IIS. You are increasing your lead. 410 versus GSIS 370. Let's move on to our last question of the day.
Okay, question number 15 is about music. On May 25th, this person has launched her world tour.
IIS.
Madonna?
And with that IIS team, you get to go into the finals. Congratulations. GSIS, it was a very close game, and I'm sure your supporters enjoyed seeing you on television. What do you want to say to them?
It was a lot of fun, and we would encourage the rest of our student body to come.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us today. And IIS, you know you're going to face our repeated winners, the Muso team. How do you feel about this?
A little bit nervous.
Well,
Very nervous.
All right, congratulations again. You get to go to the finals. And we'll be right back after this with the IIS team. Final stage, let's welcome back the Muso team. Brian Dean and Mark McNutt, it's great to have you back on our stage. This is your attempt at win number 5 in a row. And so how do you feel?
Good. We've won, but we've just won closely, so we're just taking it game by game.
All right, good luck to you, Muso and IIS teams. Let's get on with our final section. In our final section, we'll be giving you 5 categories of questions, 5 questions each. They are ranked in difficulty 10 to 50 points. You don't have to choose them in order. You get to choose the questions that will come next if you get the previous question correct. Now, what are today's categories?
All right, today's categories are delightful places, science verse film, historic ironies, sports families, and world foodies.
And I'll choose the first question. I'll go with delightful places for 10 points. Few countries in the world begin with the letter D. If you find the country code for their URL addresses, you will know that there are only 4 such countries. They are DK for Denmark, DJ for Djibouti, DM for Dominica, and DO for this country. It is a republic of the West Indies. Muso.
Dominican Republic.
Comprising of the 2/3 of the island of Hispaniola in the Caribbean. And Santo Domingo is the capital of the Dominican Republic, and Dominica's official name is Commonwealth of Dominica. Muso, it's good to see you on the board. You get to choose.
Delightful places for 20.
Delightful places, 20 points. This mountain was first climbed in 1913 by the Anglo-American clergyman and explorer Hudson Stuck and 3 companions. On May 24th, 1984, mountaineers made the first live radio broadcast from the summit of Denali, the highest peak Muso.
Alaska.
IIS, it is your chance to answer, and I'll finish the question. In North America, at 6,194 meters. The mountain, known to Native Americans as Denali, meaning the high one, was named for the 25th U.S. president in 1896. What is this? IIS, 5 seconds. IIS?
Mount McKinley?
Yes, it is. And it is in the Alaskan range. And IIS, you have the lead. You get to choose.
What do you want? Delightful Places, 30, please.
Delightful Places, 30 points. People have lived in what is now called this since the Stone Age, around 6,000 years ago. When the first Roman forces invaded it in 55 BC under Julius Caesar, the highly skilled and well-trained armies of the mighty empire were forced back by the fierce Celts. This is now the city on the southern coast of Kent, England. IIS.
What is Dover? Dover?
Caught yourself playing Jeopardy, yes. The White Cliffs there are famous, and it is England's busiest port and the one nearest to France. And IIS, you are increasing your lead. You get to choose.
I'll stay with Delightful Places, please.
Okay, Delightful Places, 40 points?
Yes.
40 points. Irish meaning town of the Ford of the Hurdles, Dublin is capital of the Republic of Ireland. In 1904, this person met Nora Barnacle, a chambermaid, and they went walking in this city on June 16th. Today, his name is forever linked with that of Dublin. His life is celebrated annually on June 16th. IIS.
James Joyce?
Very good. As Bloomsday. Didn't your partner buzz in? Yeah. That's great teamwork.
Our name is IIS.
Yes. He is the writer of Ulysses, and James Joyce is Dublin's most local and most international writer. And yes, you're increasing your lead. You get to choose.
I will finish the category, please.
All right. Delightful Places, 50 points. This city was founded by the French in 1857. Thanks to the French influence, it is by far the most fashionable and sophisticated of cities with cafes, movie theaters, and a happening nightlife, shopping, and museums. But the city is still Africa through and through. Women walk with bundles atop their heads in the middle of town, and Muslim clerics in robes and with rosaries shuttle by the nightclubs. It is the capital city of Senegal. What is this? IIS.
Dhaka?
And IIS, you get to choose next. What will you have?
We'll go to World Food.
4?
10, please.
Okay, World Foodies for 10 points.
Hello contenders, I'm Chumidong in 2004 Seoul International Tourism and Food Expo. Have you heard of a saying, all happiness depends on a leisurely breakfast? Although there will not be some exquisite dishes, isn't it great even just to look at the foods prepared by someone who put his or her time, effort and love? Unfortunately, we are often chased out of our busy schedules and forced to give up on the joy of preparing and enjoying food. The 2004 Seoul International Tourism and Food Expo celebrates its 5th year today. They have some great events like international cooking and competitions and food exhibition. In celebration to this Tourism and Food Expo, we have prepared some food-related questions for you today. These questions are about various international foods and the cultures. Good luck! According to tradition, the shape of this was devised by a Christian monk to represent arms and hands folded in prayer. It can be tracked back to the Romans, although the shape is thought to have been introduced in the early part of the 7th century. From German, this was usually a small nut-shaped salted crispy biscuit.
IIS.
Pretzel?
Yes, it is the pretzel. And in 2002, U.S. President George W. Bush passed out from having choked on a pretzel.
That's right. And you know, I'm from Philadelphia, and Philadelphia is famous for its pretzels. And of all things, you know, when you're away from home, you miss the flavors of the home. And you know, the pretzel is one of those things that I miss. So anyways, though.
And Muso, you gotta get back on the buzzer, yes? And IAS, you get to choose.
We'll stay with world food for 20, please.
World Foodies, 20 points.
One of the most famous foods using kimchi is this. This is included in the Korean edition of the world-famous guidebook Lonely Planet. But this is the wrong information. Actually, kimchi is the spicy hot, extraordinarily pungent condiment. It's served at almost Korean meal. The explanation alongside this can be corrected to a mixed rice dish with meat and vegetables.
IAS.
Bibimbap?
Yes, it is bibimbap. The mixed rice dish with meat and vegetables. Sometimes you have 산채 bibimbap, which is just the vegetables. And do you enjoy having bibimbap?
Yes.
Do you add a lot of the spicy pepper sauce?
Yes, yes.
You do? Wow. I can't handle that.
And IAS, you get to choose.
We'll stay with world food for 30, please.
All right, World Foodies, 30 points.
In Italy, pasta refers to the dough made by combining Euro wheat flour with water or milk. Though many pundits claim that Marc Polo brought the idea of noodles to Italy from China,
IAS.
I was going to say China.
Muso, it's your chance to answer, and she'll finish the question.
truth is that this food form existed in both places independently. This is Italian for ribbon because of its long, skinny look. Roman restaurateur Alfredo Di Lello is credited with creating the dish called Alfredo in 1920s. What is this?
Muso.
Fettuccine.
Yes. And do you enjoy having fettuccine Alfredo?
I'm sorry?
Do you enjoy having fettuccine Alfredo?
Sure. Well, don't get it much here, but yeah.
And Muso, it's good to see you on the board. You get to choose.
Science versus film. 10, please.
All right.
Versus
Science.
film or versus?
Versus.
All right.
Science versus film for 10 points.
In the film Twister, a jet engine from a Boeing 707 was used to generate wind in some scenes.
Muso.
Tornado.
Yes. Violently rotating column of air extending from within a thundercloud down to ground level. Have you ever lived through a tornado?
No, I haven't. No.
Yeah, the closest I got to one was through the movie with Kansas and Toto and what was that?
So what was that? What is that?
Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you for
You wanted to buzz
in.
in. All right. And Muso, you choose
Science versus film for 20.
science versus film. 20 points.
I can't believe I couldn't think of the Wizard of Oz. All right, here we go for 20 points. If we use the proportional thickness of the human femur as a basis for comparison, this would have to support his enormous weight on bones which have 3.5 meters squared of cross-sectional area at their narrowest point. And here's the bad news. He actually shouldn't be able to survive because his bones would shatter. The huge size of this is around 60,000 tons by most accounts. This king of the monsters.
IIS.
Godzilla?
Yes. Was produced by Tomoyuki Tanaka. And IIS, you get to choose.
World Foods for 40, please.
World Foodies, 40 points.
salsa is the Mexican word for sauce, which can signify cooked or fresh mixtures. Here is another reason to eat spicy foods. Scientists had identified a compound in this that kills harmful salmonella bacteria. It is widely used in Asian, Caribbean, and Latin American cooking, and its distinctive flavor lends itself highly to spiced foods. Also called Chinese parsley, this is the leaves of the coriander plant used as a flavorful herb. What is
IIS.
Cilantro?
Yes, it is. Cilantro or coriander is what we would go for. And IIS, you get to choose.
We'll finish the category, please.
All right, closing the category, World Foodies, 50 points.
In India, civil society activists announced a countrywide alliance against multinational cola giants Pepsi and Coke for rampant exploitation of underground water. As part of the campaign, they also launched a crusade to promote and popularize the healthy and indigenous drinks like this. It is like a healthy milkshake.
Muso.
Lhasa?
Yes, it's lassi. It is a healthy milkshake, but they say mango lassis are not very common in India. And Muso, you get to choose.
Science versus film, 30, please.
Science versus film, 30 points.
In the film The Day After Tomorrow, a climate scientist warns of impending disaster. New York becoming submerged under a tidal wave is a dramatic license, but real climate scientists say it wouldn't happen like that. A weakening of the thermohaline circulation is not expected to cause its complete halting. Cooling is very unlikely because of this. It is an increase in world temperature.
Muso.
Greenhouse gases?
IIS.
Global warming?
Yes. It is caused in part by greenhouse effect. And IIS, you get to choose.
Okay, science versus film for 40.
Science versus film, 40 points.
In the film Alien, we see that we cannot hear any sound in space, but does that really mean that there is no sound? Scientists have detected the deepest note ever generated in the cosmos. No human ear will actually hear it because the note is 57 octaves below the keys in the middle of the piano. It is thought to be produced by explosions occurring around this object in space. This is believed to form when stars collapse in upon
IIS.
A supernova?
Muso, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
collapse in upon themselves. What is this?
Muso.
Black hole.
Yes, it is. This is thought to contain a celestial object with such a strong gravitational pull that no matter or energy can escape from it. And Muso, you get to choose.
50, please. Science versus film.
Science versus film, closing the category, 50 points.
For 50. In the film Entrapment, Catherine Zeta-Jones performs the impressive maneuver out of the multi-beamed laser security systems. In the real world, you only get a puny dot of light, not a visible beam extending across the room. Perhaps the biggest problem is that they are actually rarely used. Instead, the systems typically use inexpensive LEDs. This is the portion of invisible spectrum found below the red end of the visible spectrum.
Muso.
Infrared light.
Yes, it is the infrared. So infrared LED is what you generally have in the security systems. And Muso, you to choose.
Sports families, 10, please.
Sports families, 10 points.
There can't be many sporting families with over 150 international appearances split in 2 different sports. But that's the case though with Karen and David Humphreys. Karen retired from the Irish international hockey scene after this event in 2002. Meanwhile, David starred with the Ireland rugby team at this event in 2003. This is an international sports event where they play hockey and rugby.
IIS.
World Cup?
Yeah. Soccer is played under this title as well. And you weren't really sure about it, but it was a good answer. And IIS, you get to choose.
Sport families for 20, please.
Sport families, 20 points.
This person said, "We're 2 great people." She had no previous experience and had never fought as an amateur. None of the other 6 daughters or the only son has shown any interest in following daddy's footsteps. She gained international attention.
Muhammad Ali.
IIS, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
She gained international attention not by her own making, but because of her father's fame. This daughter of one of the greatest boxers of all time made her ring debut on October 8th, 1999. Who is this?
IIS, 5 seconds.
Who is Layla Ali?
IIS?
Layla Ali?
Yes. We're asking for the daughter's name. And IIS, you get to choose.
Sport families for 30, please.
Sport families, 30 points.
Last year, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario got married, and soon after, she shocked many fans, saying she would rather stay at home. She is the sister of Javier and Emilio, also professional players. She was the world's #1 player in 1995.
Muso.
Tennis.
Yes. And were you a Vicario fan before she retired? No.
Don't know.
And Muso, you get to choose.
40 points for sports families, please.
Sports families, 40 points.
Last year, Diego Maradona met his son for the first time. He was never recognized as his child, but after DNA tests in 1993, the Italian courts confirmed the boy was indeed his son. The youngster said, "It's my father who missed something in these 17 years, not me." Diego Armando Maradona Jr. played for this youth team, but the pair had never met. This team is where Maradona became a legend in the late 80s and early 90s.
Muso.
Boca Juniors.
And IIS, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
What is this?
IIS, 5 seconds. IIS.
River Plate.
This team is based in this harbor city in Italy. Muso.
Naples?
Italian. IIS.
Napoli.
Yes. And IIS. You get to choose.
We'll finish it. Yep.
Okay, sports families, 50 points.
One of the most memorable moments of the 20th century was when this person became a track and field champion in the 1988 Seoul Olympic Games.
Muso?
Ben Johnson?
IIS, it is your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
Excuse me. Her husband won gold in the triple jump in the 1984 Olympic Games. She elevated women's track to a higher level as she broke the previous world records in the 100 and 200 meter events. This feat earned her the title World's Fastest Woman. Who is this?
IIS? IIS.
Flojo? Florence Griffith Joyner?
And we had the Flojo phenomenon from this instance, and IIS, you get to choose.
We'll take historic ironies for 10, please.
Historic ironies, 10 points. A primitive version of this had been invented in Italy around 1555. Despite what we commonly think, he opposed the death penalty, and he came up with a swift and relatively painless method of execution. The association, Muso.
The electric chair.
IIS, it is your chance to answer. I'll finish the question. The association with the machine for beheading people so embarrassed his family that they begged the government to rename it. When the government refused, they changed their own family name. Who is this? IIS, 5 seconds. IIS.
Guillotine?
Yes. Joseph Ignace Guillotine. And the guillotine became very, very famous during the French Revolution. And IIS, you get to choose.
Historic ironies for 20, please.
Historic ironies, 20 points. In the 17th century America, the Puritans used to set up scaffolds in the street. The unfortunate woodworker who constructed the first scaffold in Boston took the stand first after its completion. He was accused of blowing up the cost for the scaffold. A scaffold is a raised platform on which a person is executed by hanging or beheading. IIS.
I didn't mean to hit it.
Muso, it is your chance to answer, and I'll finish the question. In this novel by Nathaniel Hawthorne, Hester Prynne takes her stand on the scaffold 3 times. What is the title of this? Muso.
The Scarlet Letter.
Yes. And the letter that is embroidered on her chest is the A. And Muso, you get to choose.
30 points, please.
Historic ironies, 30 points. Thomas Montacute, the 4th Earl of Salisbury, was one of the most famous and skillful captains. He was well skilled in war and in the use of artillery, according to the records of his sieges. Cannons and handguns were being used with more regularity during this war. However, he was wounded by cannon shot and died. This is an armed conflict between France and England that lasted from 1337 to 1453. IIS.
100 Years' War?
Yes, 1337 to 1453, and it is the 100 Years' War. And IAS, you get to choose.
Historic ironies for 40, please.
Historic ironies, 40 points. Blank Day is the symbol of the end of the monarchy and the beginning of the Republic of France. On July 14th, Muso.
Bastille Day.
Yes. It is the prison in Paris which became a symbol of the corrupt political system that had to be overturned, the Bastille, and we have just one question left on the board. Historic ironies, 50 points. In 508 BC, Cleisthenes instituted this political device as a constitutional safeguard for the Athenian democracy. Unexpectedly, he himself had to spend 10 years of his life outside of Athens because of this. Each year, the members of the assembly put potsherds into an urn. They mark the name of a person they wish to exclude from their society in the potsherds, or on the potsherds, and then threw it in the urn. This is an ancient Athenian method of banishing a public figure. What is this? Muso.
Exile?
IS, 5 seconds. We say that people suffer from this, and we see this phenomena here in Korea, and we call this wangta. The person who gets this. IAS.
Ostracism?
Yes, ostracism. Because it is the pottery that was inscribed with the name was called the ostrakhan, and with that IAS, you win. Congratulations.
Various prizes are awaiting our winning contenders. Your first win will take you on a trip to Jeju Island. Your second win to Japan. Your third win will take you to China. And on your fourth win, you'll win a trip to Southeast Asia. On your fifth win, a trip to Hawaii. Your sixth win, a trip to the United States. And on your seventh win, you'll take the grand prize of a tour of Europe. We hope many of you join us.
And Muso team, you of course walk away winners. You've won 4 times in a row, meaning you get tickets to Southeast Asia. Congratulations. What do you want to say to your supporters?
Yeah, thanks for watching, I guess.
All right.
And thanks to my boss for the time off and to all the students and my family.
All right, congratulations again. And now IAS team, it's tougher to go against a team that's won before and win against them. You've done a great job today. What do you want to say to your supporters?
Thanks. We're just a little in shock right now.
Well, you did a great job today. Great game. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We have new one-time winner, the IIS team. We'll see them again next week. Join us then. Bye-bye.